Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about the impact of ads on our own lives. So, what we're getting into today, we have three main objectives. The first one is to be introduced to new terms, new words related to ads, advertisement, and then we're going to find out the main and supporting ideas in a long text. And finally, we're going to finish this session with writing an opinion paragraph on the impact of ads in our life. So before getting into doing the reading part, what I want you to do is to look at this picture and describe it. What can you see in this picture? What these guys are doing? What do you think? So yeah, they are watching a commercial. Maybe they are watching their favorite during at weekend. They are enjoying their again time, having fun, and at the same time they are watching this commercial, right? And this commercial is about one of the most popular soft drink, Coca-Cola, right? Who of you does like Coca-Cola? Anyone? Yes. Okay. So have you watched any commercial recently? What do you think? Which commercial you would love to watch on screens? I love all the, again, commercial related to soft drink or even food. I love commercial about food or again, some kind of sailing. I love this. Okay, so now we move on to the first exercise. What I need you to do is to read these new words highlighted here. We have like 9 words. So what I need you to do is to read them and their definition and also to identify their classes. So whether they are nouns, verbs, idioms, adjectives, or phrasal verbs. So here we're having the first word, consequence, and then we have imply, then we have means to an end, then we have position, recent, relationship, trivial, tune out, and unpredictable. So here we have these words and we have their definition. What I need you to do is to read them and answer this exercise. Now this one, here's the exercise. So what I need you to do is to read these words and fill in the blanks in here. So what do you think? So in the first exercise, I think we can fill it out with the word recent, right? So the weather report earlier this week said it was gonna be sunny this weekend, but the most, what do you think? Report said it was going to rain, recent, right? How about the second one? The weather in Boston is, right, it's unpredictable. So it can be warm, sunny one day, and then cold and rainy the next. Karen has a good with her mother. They talk on the phone every day and enjoy spending time together. What do you think? Yeah, it is a good relationship, right? And then the next one, what do you think? Although advertisements do not actually say this, but many of them imply that you will be happier and more successful, more beautiful if you buy the product, right? So imply, suggest something in an indirect way. And then we're having number 5, working an assistant is just a, what do you think? A means to an end, right? It's just a means to an end. It's an action that's not important in itself, but it's a way of achieving something else. So sometimes you have to do some work to bring some food to the table, right? So it is a means to an end. When Leo works, he often listens to music because it helps him to do what? What do you think? Tune out, right? Tune out to ignore the other noise in the office. The next one, we cannot waste time during the meeting discussing what? Trivial things, right? We have many important issues to discuss daily today. There was a big snowstorm yesterday, and as many school businesses were closed for the day as a consequence, right? And finally, Maria is very wealthy, but she says her most valuable possession is the photograph of her family, right? So here we have a number of new words, and also we have their classes, and we have some context on how to use them. Okay? So now let's move on to the reading passage. But before going into this, we need to have a little discussion on these 2 questions. What things have you bought recently because of an advertisement? And has an advertisement ever helped you in some way? What kind of ads was it, and how did it help you? So what do you think? Let's have a little discussion on this. Recently, personally speaking, I bought a new phone and I didn't like it afterwards. And honestly, I thought it was just a waste of money just buying this kind of device. I didn't know why I bought it, but I again fell for it. I was fooled by how many smart features it had, but it turned out it's not what it was supposed to be. So sometimes they helped us to know new stuff. So most of the stuff I'm buying right now, it's based on, again, the information I got from advertisement, honestly. Sometimes I got good stuff, sometimes I'm been fooled around. So, but again, that's all that happened. So let's do the next exercise, which is reading this passage. So what I need you to do is to take some time, read this passage, and answer these 2 exercises. The first one is to identify the main ideas in the text. So A, what do you think? Is it one? Is it a main idea? So if we have 1 or 2 or 3 main ideas, just highlight them. And then we're having the second exercise, which is to determine whether these 6 statements true or false. Okay? So here, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to read this text, and we're going to go into the exercises together. So what do you think? Okay, let's go and try to attempt these questions. So advancement implied that things are more important than people. Yes, it is one of the main ideas because it's a way of getting you involved in the product, then the people around you, and seeing that people change, and again, relationships change. but the products, the prints are just the same. You again possess them, they don't change. In this case, yes. Two, advertising connect product to human emotions to sell them. Yes. Getting some emotional response like being happy if you get this product, or again living longer, or being again self-achiever or get goer would be one way of selling stuff to the people. So yes, two, it is correct. One of the main ideas. Most people can tune out advertising. I don't think so. So that was not one of the main ideas, because it has been said somewhere in the text that the impact of advertising is huge on people. The way to be happy is by buying things. Sometimes I don't think so. Number four is one of the main ideas, because this argument, again, the argument in the text is just showing out how we are being influenced by advertisement. Ads try to convince us that products can offer us what relationship can. Yes, so it's one and two and five. How about the next one? Write true or false, and then correct the false ones. So the first one, ads have always made promise, buy this and you'll be wealthy. Right, that is correct. Our wish to protect our children can make us buy an expensive car because it has some feature, again, especially when we have accidents, when the car flip around. Yes, definitely that's correct. A tearful reunion between a father and daughter is used to sell a diamond necklace. No, that is wrong or false, because it is a way of getting some kind of buying a phone, because again, long distance. So it said somewhere in the text here that getting a phone is one way of getting people to be in touch. So here, I guess, yeah, to sell something, let's say a tearful reunion between a father and a daughter, it's a way of getting a phone system. So three, most people believe advertising is not something to take seriously. Yes, some people say it's not to be taken seriously. People say that they pay close attention to ads and watch them closely. No, people say they do not pay attention. Because we think ads are trivial, we are more critical of them. No, because we think they are trivial, we are not more critical of them. We don't pay enough attention to their impact on our lives. So now let's move on to the writing part. So what I need you to do is to think of this question. Does advertising help you or harm you? Help us or harm us? So what do you think? Where do you stand? So pick a side and provide your own argument. Do you think they influence our lives or not, our life choices or not? So let's say, for example, after watching a commercial for a couple of times, you're gonna go and get the thing that have been again marketed for you. What do you think? So are they helping us to make our life easier, to make our life happier, to make our life healthier, or they are harming us? Pick a side and then provide your own supporting argument to someone who does not agree with you. Okay? So again, think of the structure of a paragraph that we discussed earlier, wherein we have a topic sentence, a main idea, one topic sentence stating exactly where do you stand on the topic, and then provide your own support. And this support could be an example, could be something that you did or something that happened to you, or something that, again, an expert said about the topic, or it could be some kind of evidence, stats, or some kind of studies been conducted on this topic, and then use a concluding sentence to wrap up your argument. Okay? Okay, so I'm gonna give you like 5 minutes to brainstorm and work on this, and I'll be here if anyone if any of you need some kind of help. Okay, since we're running out of time, I guess with the feedback you got from me, what I need you to do is to work on these feedback, and once you're done, post your paragraphs you produced in class on your blog. You created a blog session, and everyone should leave a comment on their classmates, and I'm also definitely am gonna leave everyone some comments. Okay, so if you don't have any question, we're gonna leave it at this, and see you next Wednesday. Bye.